Hello students, here is BA149 Module 5. We are going to be talking about CAT tools. So CAT tools are not felines, of course. This is computer-assisted translation. CAT tools assist a human translator in the translation process. Term base, or TB, is a database or a glossary of individual terms. Then there's translation memory. This is a database of past translation segments or sentences. And the readings we have for this week tell you more about each of these and other terms you should know about CAT tools. So what are the benefits of CAT tools? You have consistency in translation of the terminology. As a human translator, you may not remember how you translated a specific rendition 20 pages back, and now you have to think of it, how you translated it. Because this is computer assisted, it remembers what you did before, and it gives you the option to revise it if the context is different, as we'll see in some examples later. It maintains text conformity, preserves the style and the quality of the translation. It increases the speed and productivity of the translation process. In fact, one of the software companies that we're going to be looking at in this week and next, their motto is, "You'll never have to translate the same sentence again." And you'll see how that works. It works with various file formats, which is good because we have a lot of programs, etc., that you can be translating. And it works best with large databases. That is because once you have a database, it's going to match what you've done before. And again, it achieves consistency and it speeds up the process as you go along. It is most effective when used in the technology, legal, and marketing sectors. This is because, for the most part, technology, legal, and marketing have repetitive terminology that they use over and over again, and they want to have that consistency, of course. Term basis. As you go along in your career, you'll notice that some clients already have translations done before, and they have kept the term basis or the database, their specific glossary. So sometimes a client gives you a specialized glossary that you can use to not only speed up your work, but also keep consistency with their past translations. And then the translator can import the term-based glossary to their own CAT tool and use that in that translation and future translations. And the translator is in control of the terms inserted into the new translation. So even if they translated something in that database and you believe is not right, it could be better, etc., well, every case is different, but consult with a client. You can adjust and control how terms are translated in your translations as well. You'll see how that works when we have the examples, especially when you talk about homonyms, which are words that are spelled the same, sound the same, and mean different things. In English, as our example here, the word left means two different things here. I left my phone on the left side of the room. The context tells you that these are different words. They require different translation because, as we go back to the introduction of translation and interpretation, we do not translate words, we translate meaning. And this is how we achieve that based on the context. The baseball pitcher asked for a pitcher of water. Two different words, two different meanings, two different renditions. She will park the car so we can walk in the park. Again, two different meanings of park. Using machine translation in your CAT tool, this again gives you consistency. In the example here from English to Spanish, you have the word cast member. This is translated as miembro del elenco. As you notice that, even though it is lowercase here, once you see it translated, it keeps the same word, the same phrase, the same rendition. In the example here, even as a Disney cast member guides you around our site, el miembro del elenco Disney, miembro del elenco is capitalized here, the E, que te ayudará a navegar por el sitio. Every time you see cast member, miembro del elenco is spelled the same, it is capitalized the same way, so it keeps consistency here. Because you don't want to have in part of this translation miembro del elenco, in a different part of the translation miembro del reparto, which is the same meaning but it's a different word. Some companies might want to keep the word in English, I've seen that before, and they might say miembro del cast, right? So it's different for each one, but the memory translation in the CAT tool achieves that consistency for you. When you talk about machine translations, we have matches and what they call fuzzy matches. We'll see that in the videos as well. So we have 100% matches, we have fuzzy matches. So the segments are perhaps a sentence, a title, a caption, or any unit of text that seems to have a beginning and an end, so a unit of meaning. For example, here they have 5 brothers and sisters. If you encounter that same sentence later on in the future, it's a 100% match with the new translation. They have 5 brothers and sisters. So you just have to review that, approve it, and move to the next one. But if you encounter this second sentence here, they have 5 brothers and sisters, and then you have a suggestion for a fuzzy match, because in the new text you find they have 6 brothers and sisters. So then all you have to do is change 5 to 6, and then you'll have a new translation that you will make it a 100% match after the software found that fuzzy match. Almost all the same, but you have a little bit of difference that the human translator reviews it, and then you make that change. So repetition of a new translated text can be identified and used within the new translation. That is the essence of matches, 100% matches, and close to 100%, they call it fuzzy matches. Now the question comes, how do you charge when using a CAT tool? This depends. We are not here to set prices. That is against the law. So you are adding value to the client if they know that you already have a database for that specific subject. For example, you're translating for a cardiologist and you have a database for heart disease. So whatever they're writing in English and you're going to translate, you already have this. So that's a value added. Using a CAT tool, you can gain more business from the same client. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this slide, you're in control of creating and negotiating your own rates. Some translators do offer discounts when they're working in CAT tools and charge per hour rates instead of charging per word, and that is totally up to you. We have many CAT tools in the market. You're going to view some of those in the videos in the module. So we have SDL Trados, Studio, MemoQ, and here are other terms that you will encounter in the readings. XLF or XLIFF is an open standard format for bilingual export. TMX stands for Translation Memory Exchange. It's an open standard format of translated databases. You have an HTML preview file. This is a preview. You work with segments. And you have merge or split. That's when you have sentences that should go together and they're separate. You merge them, or depending on the language, you need to separate some segments that are okay to be together in English or the source language, and they need to be separated in the target language. You can split those sentences. And there's that example that we'll see in this module in Swordfish Translation Editor. Here, when you work in Swordfish, you're going to download. The instructions are in the assignment. So you go to the link that I provided there, which is going to take you here to Swordfish here. It's from Max Programs. That's the company. And you're going to go here on the right. You're going to select your system. I'm working with Windows, but there's Linux, there's Mac, etc. So you go there, you download that, and you open it. And then you are going to request an evaluation key. Do not purchase unless you want to purchase it, but you're not required to purchase this. It's about $120 per year. It's worth it if you're going to be using it, but you do not need it for this class. You can request an evaluation key. You get a 30-day free trial. You request an evaluation key, put your name, your email, and then you're going to get that evaluation key. You're going to enter here, and then you're going to register subscription. And the instructions are in the user guide, but here you're going to choose from English to your language, Spanish in my case. Then you're going to create a new project. You're going to start working there, and you put the information there, your languages, whatever subject you want to give it. If you're working for a specific client, you can put that information there. Translate the file, and after you translate that, you're going to get the project statistics. So this is the one I did here for this sample project that you are going to be doing, a Swordfish sample. And in my example here, this is my translation, but you do your own translation as well, and you'll see how this works. And follow the assignment instructions. If you have any questions, let me know. When you look at the project statistics, you're going to click there, and you have the segments translated. Then you have the words translated. So this gives you a word count, segments, etc. The translated segments, approved, and then the matches. And that's it for this week. Continue on with the module. If you have any questions, let me know. All the instructions are in the assignments, and have a great week.